This is really cool. It's like nerding out totally.
Hello world. So Luna and I are taking a bit of an expedition through a little town called Kilmore today to visit the guitar room. At the luthier Rod McCracken last night at my show at the Tullarook Hotel, and yeah, thought I'd bring it down, bring my baby down for some much needed love and repairs. So yeah, I'll show you some of the behind the scenes of fixing the old girl.
So I was going to swap that out.
Yeah.
But my main concern, and we'll actually measure that gap as we bring it up to tune, and if that starts to move, we have to call it. But if you're ever going to play this again, you need a new. See that groove?
Yeah, they've all got grooves in them.
Absolutely cooked, which is fine. Only about 3 mil.
Yeah, she's pretty sizable. So the bridge is lifting. You'll have to turn your phone sideways to see that. Let's focus. It's lifting. So you believe it's from the humidity, like constant humidity and traveling around so much and leaving it tuned up when I put it back in the case?
Yeah, a lot of people, like Maitland, for example, when the floods went through Brisbane, they lost a year almost doing warranty repairs on all their guitars because the humidity just went from here to there. Yeah. And it was already high anyway.
Well, this has been everywhere from outback Queensland all the way up to the Daintree and down to Tasmania. So she's seen snow and tropical North Queensland.
And never been detuned for the
No.
Those string lines match up. Really interesting. They've got such a narrow width on them. I'm going to go with this one just to get you by for a bit. We've got to take it down. Yeah, so your action's at 275. So I'll drop that down as much as we can.
Awesome.
But the compensation's kicking out over the actual bridge material. So the other problem is your action's going to be affected by the fact that your bridge is lifting. But we will do everything we can to get it right.
This is awesome.
You've probably never seen anyone work on your piece.
No.
You just drop it off and walk away.
Yeah, well, it's only ever been worked on once.
Oh, okay.
Like, I've had it for the best part of 11 years. Or a bit longer now. Like, time does go on. You've got to add numbers.
But when you're putting a new saddle in, the last thing you want is a lack of connection with your pickup.
Yeah.
So I like to use these. It's basically just the offcut of a kitchen bench that stonemasons used. Mm-hmm. So just went through a building site and found one because they're already machined dead flat.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
And yeah, it's particularly pickups and people who are really requiring it for their craft. You don't want to have any lack of connection with that undersaddle pickup.
That for quite a long time was bent up. Pushed it back down.
Oh, the pickup,
yeah.
The undersaddle?
Yeah. Both of them actually, the 12 string's a bit the same.
Yeah. I was surprised at the quality, at the condition of the 12 string, just because they are notorious. Like this looks like the body of a 12 string. Compared.
This has definitely been played a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I used to break so many strings on that bloody 12 string and they're so expensive to replace, so it didn't sit in its case for longer.
Get into a bidding war over quality of strings, but...
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, totally. So they've been absolute workhorses for me, considering how long I've been travelling around the countryside and they've never really had much work done.
Yeah.
Other than the frets that were, the first half dozen frets on this were replaced by Walton guitars
in Croy, Queensland.
But that's it. And even he was nervous to have a go at it at the time.
Yeah.
He did a good job as far as I'm concerned.
They glue them in. They glue the frets down.
Yeah.
And it's so you got to get in there with heat, and it makes us all nervous because the timber that we use is often a very strong and brittle timber, and so the tangs on the actual the tangs on the fret wire can just pull out little chips. It's a slow process. So at the moment, at its worst, it looks like it's about 2.5 mil. Where are my googles? That's 3 mil. So we'll bring it up to 2 steps down.
So you tune it lower first, is that what you're
Tune it
saying?
lower, measure it.
Yeah.
Bring it up half step each.
Gotcha.
I want to be really conservative about it. Cause you just go, I'll just bring it up to tune. Trip.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will bring up either 1 through 6 or 6 through 1. If you bring it up 6 and 1, 2 and 5, 3 and 4, you're actually going with the actual grain of the timber.
Yeah.
Instead of asking the timber to do this, you're asking the timber to come up consistently.
Yeah.
Which I prefer. I don't know that they're a right or wrong, but
I'm surprised, like, considering how bad that lift is, that the guitar still sounds pretty decent.
yeah, no, it sounded good, except for the string
Buzz.
buzz.
Yeah. Yeah, so Rod come up to me last night with a couple little pieces of paper. I thought, oh, he's written down a fucking request on a piece of paper, and he said to me and said, this string was buzzing in particular. It was like, put a bit of paper under it. And I'm like, wow, you noticed?
Sign of the times, I went into the front bar and I go, are there any proper smokers here? Because the best bit is the foil, the paper foil inside a deck of smokes.
Yeah.
And they all picked up their vapes.
Sign of the times.
So I tore up his order pad and just grabbed a bit of paper. But yeah, that's sign of the times. Well, I can't really shove a vape underneath his fucking first one.
I've known I've had to get it fixed properly for a while, but like you said, I need to sacrifice it for a week.
At least. And that depends on what their workload is.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice. You chilled out now. Thanks for not squeaking through the interview. I appreciate that.
So it looks like it's holding okay, in truth. And it doesn't look like it's extended any further along. So, yeah, it's still 3 mil. So that's, I'm reasonably confident at this point to bring it up. Of course, I'm left-handed, so... Cool. And that's holding, so...
Beautiful. Thank you.
Comfortable and happy. Bridge lifts are horrible when they happen. You feel so bad for people. And sometimes they're so bad, you go, guess what? You've got to retire this now.